Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of Farming Blind with Duck. And today I want to talk to you about a different type of assistive technology that I've tapped into. I recently purchased a cool top canopy system. What this is not only a canopy to give you shade, but it also integrates a fan system that blows fresh air down onto the operator. Not only to help you stay cooler, but it also keeps dust and things like that off of you. So naturally, I can't afford a cab tractor, even though they're nice, but it's not only money. I simply cannot see out of a cab tractor that well, meaning the glare from the sun is just rough for someone who's visually impaired. Then when I operate my equipment, I go by feel and listening, meaning I try to hear all my equipment and I can usually tell if something's going wrong. So I'm hoping this will kind of, as we would say, kill two birds with one stone and get this done. If you're a farmer that may be sensitive to high heat out in the summer and you really can't afford a cab tractor unit, which a lot of people can't, but this may give you a relatively, I say inexpensive related to a cab tractor solution to keep you cooler. I think a unit like this is around $1,200 or $1,300. It's not all that difficult to put on. You have to have somebody to help you read the instructions, and it takes an extra hand or two to put this thing on. So anyway, if you'd be interested and know more about this, give me a shout. I'm fixing to follow up this video with an installation of where a friend of mine down the road here came up and helped me, give me the eyeballs and the extra set of hands to do this. So again, it's not one of them tasks that you have to tackle on your own. So stay tuned.
That's pretty close.
Whoop.
You might run out of socket there.
Yeah, I had a deep well somewhere.
Yeah, right here.
Thought I did. Ah, I gotta go get a, this isn't for a 3/8. For everybody looking, I'm helping some.
He ain't helping you. Oh, that should get you right there. Now we're working from the top here.
Yep, got it right there. You give me a nut there, I'll start it. Okay, we got the unit mounted yesterday, and what we run into was a rainstorm that come up, so it delayed us, and I had to get back out here today and hopefully going to run the wiring. Of course, being visually impaired makes things a lot more challenging when you're doing that, but at the same time, it can be a benefit, meaning you do a lot of stuff by feel. And running wire, a lot of times you just got to feel where it's at. So what I did, a lot of people probably don't see them much anymore, but to run my wire and fish it down, I found an old metal coat hanger, and I taped up my wiring around it, and I run it down through the framework of the tractor. Now hopefully I can reach in there and grab it and pull it through. After a few attempts of reaching up in there, I finally found my coat hanger, and I'm going to hopefully try to fish my wire through. It's going to take a little doings, but I don't want to pull it back out. So as soon as I get it run through here and get it to my battery boxes right here, I should be ready to get things hooked up. Well, it took a little time, a little hang up, but I finally found my wire and got it pulled through. Nothing like an old antique metal coat hanger as a fish tape. Of course, if you're wondering which way I know is ground and which one's a hot wire, well, naturally, here's a fuse holder. I don't even have to see it. I can tell that that's a fuse holder, so that should be the hot wire. And here's the ground, which is the black wire with nothing on it. So process of elimination. Hopefully I got it right. Of course, a lot of times, like I've said before, I have to do a lot of things by feel. I've actually found the post that I needed on my battery, and I'm doing everything. Takes me a few times to get the right wrench, but eventually I wind up getting it. So hopefully I can get these cables on here just in a moment. Well, I've got the wire on the battery. Like I said, being visually impaired, a lot of times you have to do a lot of stuff by feel, and that's what I'm doing here now. So all I like is getting my wrench on this pair of bolt and tightening up this cable lead, and we'll be ready to give this fan a test run here in just a moment, I hope anyway. Well, I've got all my wires hooked up. All I like is zip tying all the wires and pulling up all the slack. So we're going to give it a good test run here to give you an idea exactly what we're getting. Obviously no fan blowing. We're outside. There's literally no wind blowing right now. So it's going to be a good test. Just to give you an idea here what I'm doing. I got a piece of toilet paper here. Yeah, I know, it's kind of lame, but hey, we're in the country. At least it ain't a corn cob. The switch to turn it on and off for me is a little bit, since I'm so short, I have to reach up here to get it. But I'll reach up here, find my knob. It's a variable speed. So there you go. Gives you a pretty good idea of what you got to work with here. Don't know how it's going to do in 100-degree weather, but it's got to help. So anyway, there we go. Another edition of Farming Blind with Duck, stepping up some technology and trying to make easier for us during the hot summertime. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks again for stopping by.